Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I have not been here for a little while. I've been really busy focusing on working with my clients and developing my new program that's going to be designed to help you get your period back and heal your metabolism from years of over-exercising, under-eating, and being stuck in quasi-recovery. And so I'm ridiculously excited for this program. It's going to be called the Get Your Flow On course. And yeah, good stuff to come. There's going to be a whole recipe video section, recipe ebook section. I'm going to have meditations and visualizations and lots of modules by me, just really pretty much going through everything I go through with my one-on-one clients, but in a course format. So if you want to stay tuned to everything that's going on with the course, with my podcast, with all the good stuff that I have to offer you guys, definitely head on over to @flowwithchloe. I am there every single day, and I feel like that's just the better place to be if you want to catch me. YouTube is hit or miss over here. One more thing before we jump start into this video today. I would really appreciate it if you guys went down and you hit the like button. What that does is that informs YouTube that you like my video and that my video is worth pushing up in the algorithm, which means that more people can see this video, get their answers answered, or get their questions answered is the better way to put it. Get their questions answered, help them move along in their journey. If you are not aware, I don't have very many followers, meaning I don't get paid by YouTube, meaning this is all on my free time, spending this time to make these videos for you guys. I have a full-time job, I run my own business, this is all extra. So I would really appreciate it if you liked my video for just all the work that I do to put all of my content together that many of you guys get for free on social media. Great, so let's get started. On my Instagram, I've been putting a lot of these little question boxes asking you guys to ask me a question pretty much. And it's really fun because I will leave my phone for like an hour and come back and there's like 150 questions that you guys have asked me, which is really cool. So much good stuff being asked. And I just do want to say that if you guys have specific questions, if you need help on this journey, the best way to get a very in-depth response from me is to sign up for coaching, because there's only so much I can say to a stranger on the internet, but when I know who you are and we're going through the coaching process, then I'm really able to help and support you. I will be tapering down, by the way, on my clients coming up in this next sort of season here as I focus on really pushing out my course. So if you're sort of on the fence here, this is kind of the time to like jump in and learn more about it so you can apply to coaching via the link down below. That's it. This isn't supposed to be a sales pitch. So many of you guys ask me this type of stuff, so I'm just saying it here so you guys know. Yes, I do coaching. Yes, you have to apply because I'm a busy girl and a lot of you guys need help. I'm going to try and answer all of your guys' questions. If you still need help, just apply for coaching because it's ridiculously helpful. So, the questions that you guys have asked me on Instagram. Let's just get into this. I already answered these on Instagram. I'm going to answer them here because then they can always go back and rewatch them. Okay, cold shower / ice baths, too stressful for metabolism or a fun and fiery practice? I sort of like how she just like worded this. So I'm not an expert in the effects of the Wim Hof method or like ice baths and things like that, but I will just give you my sort of 2 cents on this. You are going through a very taxing time, going through an eating disorder or going through just energy debt. I don't just work with people with eating disorders, I really work with people who are just have a slow metabolism from years of dieting and under fueling. When you do something like an ice bath, you're jolting your system, you're taxing your system, you're increasing cortisol levels. This is the opposite of what we want to do in recovery. Recovery is all about like, how can I like maybe take a nice warm bath? I feel like that's like the better option to do in recovery. Like, you should be lighting the candles, putting on some soft classical music, putting rose petals in your bathtub, and like soaking for a couple hours as you eat chocolate cake. Like, that's the type of stuff you should be doing in recovery, and not necessarily like, I'm gonna do this thing that's really like intense and really jolting my heart rate and all of the above. So I would say too stressful for your metabolism. Is there any connection between leaving veganism and then getting lots of acid reflux? So if you've been vegan for a while, you could be producing just less hydrochloric acid. So when you start eating meat again, you just don't have enough acid to go and break down the food. Also keep in mind that just simply being in energy debt and having a slow metabolism is going to lend to digestive issues like acid, GERD, and even, IBS-like symptoms, constipation, SIBO. It can lead to a lot of things just because your digestive system is really taxed and doesn't have enough energy to function and work properly. So it does make sense that like you would start incorporating new foods and your body's like, whoa, what is this? And I'm not set up right now to digest all of this food. Now, it doesn't mean that you should be avoiding those foods. It means, hey, we should really get our body back to a good, healthy place where you can eat anything and everything and not experience all these digestive issues, which, I mean, let's be real here. Most of you guys who follow me are somewhere probably in the age of like 18 to 32 years old. We shouldn't be having like heartburn and acid reflux yet. That happens later on in life, guys. So we just we want to be taking care of our body and building up our metabolism so that our digestive system is working properly. So something you can do here is like you can start taking shots of apple cider vinegar before, say, you're eating a steak or something. Make sure you dilute it really well. So just a tiny bit of apple cider vinegar for like a lot of water, and do that like 15 minutes before you eat and see if that helps with just being able to digest that meal a little better. How would you describe your fashion? I always love it. That's super sweet. I really hated clothes when I was going through my eating disorder. I hated my body. I hated how everything fit on me. I hated it all. I was one of those who I actually really hated my small body, but I just couldn't get out of the eating disorder mess I was in. But I just really hated, buying clothes, wearing clothes, all of the above. So it's been really fun as I have like really stepped into my recovery that I love clothes now. I love getting dressed up every single day, and it's just been such a fun thing to just like dress my body, and I feel confident in the clothes I wear now. And it has nothing to do with my body size or shape. It has everything to do with just I have a healthy body image and body positivity, and I want to present myself in a certain way now. So it's been fun just like playing with different textures and fabrics. So I will say that my style is very natural, even like with what I'm wearing right now. It's just very natural linens, cottons, a lot of beige and white. I stick to besides like what I'm wearing today, I guess, a little bit. This is like a brighter color, but I stick to very neutral tones. So I really love like a burnt orange right now. So in sort of like this yellow I really like. I'm trying to think like what else. Anyways, really into just comfort, and I always think that like a necklace or some earrings is like a way to just make a simple outfit a little bit better. Okay, what is your opinion about antidepressants during recovery? Well, I am not a psychiatrist, so I can't say like anything medical in terms of this, but okay, let's just like chat about this though, guys. Wow, we are so blessed to live in this world where we have Western medicine, where we have things like antibiotics and anti-anxiety medications, antidepressants, and things like that. And wow, when you are in a depressed state, it can be ridiculously helpful to get that extra support to get you back to a stable place so that you can then focus on recovery. So if you need to use some antidepressants to get you back to this place where you can function, oh my gosh, then use it. That's such a blessing. Now, what I would be doing personally if I was in that state where like, hey, I'm really low or I'm struggling with a lot of anxiety or whatever it is, like I need to just get some medication here to help bring me into just this like equilibrium state, then I would do that. But I would definitely for myself have a game plan of like, okay, but I need to then get myself out of this like place. I need to focus on changing my lifestyle. I need to focus on really nourishing my body, making better choices in terms of taking care of myself so that I can eventually get off of the antidepressants. So I wouldn't want to be like staying on them forever. I would want to be supporting my body nutritionally. There is a link between nutrition and depression. And so a lot of that stuff can just start to alleviate. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying that this is like medical advice in any way, shape, or form, but I do know that some people can start feeling really better with all of their like mental things, depression, anxiety, bipolar, all of that, when they start just nutritionally rehabilitating their body and really focusing on a good gut microbiome. So work with your therapist, work with your psychiatrist, and do what is best for you, for sure. Okay, let's see. Do you eat chocolate and sweets? Why? Yes, honey, of course I eat chocolates and sweets. Chocolate is like my family's thing. We have chocolate hidden. It's funny. I'm like looking here in my office. I'm like, there's definitely chocolate in that drawer over there. I'm seeing chocolate on my on my desk right over there. And yeah, I love chocolate. I eat lots of chocolate. And then sweets. I really like sweets too. Favorite sweet? I really like things with like caramelized apples. So if you gave me like an apple pie with like vanilla ice cream, I'm a pretty happy girl. What other things do I like? I make a lot of panna cotta. Panna cotta is great because it has like gelatin in it, and gelatin's really good for you. Anything creamy, flan, cheesecake. I love creamy things. So yeah, I definitely enjoy treats all the time. Oh, I eat ice cream like all the time, by the way, and you will see that on my Instagram stories. I eat ice cream all the time. I love ice cream. That's like almost a nightly ritual with my chocolate. Why not? Makes it better. Okay. Ooh, sorry. Let's see here. Is it necessary to stop physical exercise in HA even if I'm a normal weight? So, energy debt, how do I put that? Let me rephrase that again. It doesn't matter how much you weigh. Energy debt is energy debt. You can be at any weight and put your body through an energy debt and slow down your metabolism. So the way to get out of energy debt is to eat lots of good food, eat on a consistent basis, build up your metabolism, and rest your body so that you can restore proper functioning of your hormones. The hypothalamus is a very sensitive gland in the body, and that's going to be what is like turning off and on your sex hormones or the production of sex hormones. So if you are doing something that's stressful to the body, like exercise, that can be just signaling to the hypothalamus, hey, we are going to continue to like not send out messages to the pituitary gland to start producing like follicle stimulating hormones to start the whole process. My question here to you would be, why not stop exercise? Like, what's blocking you? Why is that scary? What's going to happen to you if you don't exercise for a while? Like, what's the underlying motive for keeping exercise? Is it to micromanage your weight? Is it to feel like you can eat more, give yourself like more permission to eat? Like, for me personally, I think it's ridiculously important to fully let go of exercise, not only for physical reasons to help your body like restore, but also for mental reasons. You gotta disconnect the connection you have made with food and exercise, and So yeah, I think it's just good for everyone who's struggling with HA to go off of exercise. If you look at Dr. Nicola Rinaldi's work, I remember when I was reading her book, she was sharing a couple studies where they looked at women who would continue to exercise and bump up their calories, and the women who would just bump up their calories and not exercise, and pretty much summarizing like a bunch of studies that she put in there. Pretty much it's going to be really, 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 really hard to get your period back if you're still exercising. Don't shoot the messenger. That's the studies. That just seems to be how it is. Doesn't mean that's not possible. I do know people who have gotten their period back while exercising, but you know, just because your body can fully restore, again, we got to look at like what's best mentally for you. I don't know you. I don't know what your relationship to exercise is, but that is my thoughts here. Need to get to the next page. Okay, should I change from almond milk to full fat cow's milk? Yes, you should, because it tastes so much better. And let's just be honest, almond milk is like less than 2% almonds and synthetic vitamin D and sunflower oil and gear gum and like all these things, and pretty much where's the nutrition in this, guys? When I look at like a glass of milk, I see so much cholesterol, I see choline, I see vitamin D, I see vitamin K, I see a really good healthy balance of carbs, fats, and protein. Milk is probably like one of the best foods out there because it is literally perfect ratio of all those macronutrients. I think if we're looking at nutritionally rehabilitating our body, I mean, I'm gonna go with the milk, guys. It has bioavailable nutrition and it's way more satiating too, and it tastes so much better. So definitely, yeah, I recommend doing the cow's milk. And with all this stuff, you gotta ask yourself, like, okay, well, why am I choosing the almond milk? Is it because it's lower calories? Is it because I think it's like healthier than real milk? Is it because I think that dairy is toxic? Like, those are all things that we really want to start unraveling so that we can just be a normal eater and have full food freedom. I used to think that I liked almond milk, but then I actually started drinking, like, I drink personally myself, I drink raw, whole, organic milk, and it is like the most creamiest, amazing, nutritious, yummy, delicious food I have ever eaten, and I do not like almond milk, let's just put it that way. Okay, did you ever binge eat? I did. Binge eating came after my years of heavy restriction. Once I started getting into Quasi recovery and I started, being vegan and started eating more and all of that, I started binging quite a lot. I would do like whole jars of almond butter, whole loaves of bread, whole like family size bag of chips from Costco. I was so malnourished, but I was still playing this game with let me not eat anything in the morning, go on like a 15-mile run, and then go to the gym and hardly eat anything all day besides like lettuce, and then I would like binge like crazy at night. So definitely went through that. I thought I had a willpower problem. I thought I needed to do more cleanses and juice fasts and detoxes and things like that. Those things just made it worse. What I needed to do was I needed to wake up, have bacon, have eggs, have a good decent lunch, have snacks in between, and wow, look, the binging went away. Let's see, can I do any strength training while trying to get my period back? If not, for how long? So we sort of already talked about this. What's your underlying reasons for wanting to continue to do the strength training? Why do you feel like you need to micromanage your body or maintain a certain weight or size or shape or whatever? Like, those things are really important to rewire here, guys. Again, your body's in a really taxed state. Exercise just is not going to be beneficial in that state. Strength training, extremely beneficial when you are well nourished and when you have well balanced hormones. Outside of that, all it is going to do is it's going to deplete you even more. So I personally did not do any strength training. All I did was walk. I didn't even do yoga, guys. I stopped doing yoga, and I love yoga. I stopped doing yoga because I would go a little too crazy with yoga, so I had to stick to walking on the beach, not hiking, walking on the beach, flat. Like, that's what I had to stick to. Okay. How important is it to tell your OBGYN that you restricted and overexercised in the past? Super important. Please tell your guys' doctor, hey, I have a history of an eating disorder, or hey, I am someone who's been really, really athletic and obsessed with exercise, and I don't eat enough, and I know that. Like, tell your doctor that. Hopefully, you get a good OBGYN who understands the negative impacts of overexercising and underfueling on your hormones and on your metabolism. I say hopefully because not every single OBGYN or doctor is really up to date on that stuff. And unfortunately, I have many clients who come to me and they're like, I went to my doctor, I told them I'm running like 10 to 15 miles a day and that I only eat like 1,200 calories, and they literally congratulated me and said, good job, you're healthy. We'll just put you on the pill. Guys, it kills me, but it happens. So I think, tell your OBGYN for sure. Do your own research of how underfueling and overexercising impacts your metabolism and your hormones, and go into that session really prepared to tell them your concerns. And I have a couple posts that you can go read on my Instagram about why birth control is not the solution. It's not a solution. It does not give you a real period. It is literally a false bleed, and it's not you getting your period back. So I would be wary of any OBGYN who told me, hey, you can't get your period back, let's just put you on birth control and then let's put you on IVF later when you want to get pregnant. I've heard that story so many times. It drives me bonkers because unless there's some medical thing that you've been diagnosed with, like maybe a pituitary tumor, you're going to get your period back 99.9% of the time. Don't quote me on that thing, but you know what I'm saying. Most of you girls, unless there's some medical condition blocking you, you're going to get your period back if you just start eating more, start eating consistently, and stop exercising. Are alcohol calories helpful in hitting daily goals, or should these not be considered? So I'm not going to say that like you have to go completely sober to heal your hormones, but I will say that alcohol is not the most nutritious thing out there. Alcohol is going to be very taxing on the liver. Your liver's already pretty taxed. If you've been like, intermittent fasting, if you've been on this weird crazy food schedule where you were going long times without food, then I'm going to take it that your liver's already pretty taxed, that adding on a bunch of alcohol on top of that, not going to be the thing that I would do. So I'm not saying that you have to fully eliminate alcohol from your life, but I would not be heavily drinking while trying to restore my body. This is my personal opinion. I actually don't drink myself at all. I maybe every once in a while have like half of a glass of wine. A glass of wine is already like half a glass, so I drink like half of that. I really have low tolerance with alcohol, so that's for a myriad of different reasons, but one of them is just being I know how damaging alcohol can be on one's system. Also, let's be real here, guys. I personally have an addictive personality. This is what got me into this whole mess with exercise, being severely addicted with exercise, severely addicted with like broccoli. So I was making this joke to my sister the other day. I was like, if I can get addicted to broccoli, like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I don't drink alcohol, because for me, oh my gosh, that would be a very, 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 very slippery slope into alcoholism, which does run in my family. So I personally choose to stay away from it. I wouldn't be... Here's the thing. Your body doesn't need just calories. Your body needs nutrition. So the alcohol is not giving you any nutrition. So it may be like, sure, a beer might be like a couple hundred calories or something like that, whatever. So you might be getting in like calories, but like that's not all your body needs. Your body needs B12, it needs choline, it needs phosphorus, it needs magnesium, it needs zinc, it needs iron, it needs so many things that just is not going to be present in the alcohol. So I wouldn't be relying on calories from alcohol to be what gets me out of my energy debt. Not at all. Okay. Other questions here. Can Provera Challenge be the boost I need if I think I'm finally at a good BMI and fueling level? So Provera Challenge, for those of you guys who don't know, is pretty much where you take a pill for like 5 to 10 days. It has a lot of progesterone in it, and it's supposed to sort of force a bleed. Now, what Provera does, it doesn't jumpstart your cycle at all, but what it does is it can give us insight into how deep your HA is. So if you do like the Provera challenge and you don't bleed at all, then it really shows us, wow, okay, we have a lot of more healing to do. If you do the Provera challenge and you get a period back, it's like, okay, so you're close, and you're gonna get your period back. You might have to reduce training a little bit more, eat a little bit more, or whatever. The challenge in and of itself doesn't get you a period back. For some girls, it can, I don't want to say jump start the cycle, because it's like you had to have done all the work first. So if you're like at that like place where it's like, oh, I've been doing everything and like my period just hasn't come, then maybe, yeah, try the Provera challenge. That might like sort of kickstart some things into place, but I wouldn't be like relying on the Provera challenge for getting me my period back when I'm still underweight, over exercising, and under eating. Oops, I got out of my thing here. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay. Glad that makes sense. Glad you're at a good BMI. Also, I would just say, like, okay, let's look at also body fat percentage. That's super important. So around 22% body fat percentage is really good for like a fertile body fat percentage. Also, what was I going to say in regards to this? Looking at your stressors. So again, you could be at a good BMI, you could be eating lots of food. If you're exercising, that could be throwing things off balance. So look at that. If you're not sleeping too, if you're super stressed about getting your period back, that's a thing. That's legit. Comment down below if you feel that. Like, I'm just stressed about not having my period and trying to get it back. I was like a nutcase. And I really had to learn how to de-stress in order for my body to actually heal and get my period back. All right, how do I stop comparing my new non-existent workout routine to friends and family? Well, here's the thing. You guys, exercise isn't bad. It's not bad. So other people can exercise because other people haven't been through what you've gone through, and they haven't severely restricted themselves. They haven't abused exercise. And so, yeah, they can go out and they can exercise and they can be healthy. I think it's just, understanding like, wow, okay, this is what I did to myself. Like, I'm going to have to go through this time of healing and not exercising, and that's okay, and I can get back to exercising in a way healthier way once I'm recovered. But for right now, this is the best thing for me. So just keeping everything in perspective, guys. But I know that's hard when it's like you see people, especially when you see people doing like disordered eating-esque things, like, oh, I just skipped breakfast today, I was just running out the door, and then I went on a 5-mile run, and it's like, okay. It's hard when you see that, and you see it everywhere, but do what's best for you. Focus on getting yourself back to balance, and that's going to be the best thing you can do. Okay. Trying to see if there's anything else I want to answer here. Oh, okay. How to fix leaky gut / digestion / poop not being well formed. LOL. Okay. We've all been there, honey. I was constipated for so many years. It's absolutely awful. So I think it's important to understand why you're having these things. Why do you have leaky gut? Why are you constipated? Why are you, for her, she might be dealing with diarrhea. Whatever it is, whatever digestive ailment you're going through, root cause. You have a slow metabolism. You haven't been eating enough. You haven't been eating enough balanced food. How do you expect your body's digestive system to work properly? Your body's digestive system is like designed to work with food. It's going to malfunction when it doesn't have enough food in it. It hates that. That's like, your car's not going to function when you don't have oil in it. It hates it, guys. It will blow up. I've done that to many cars. Don't do it. Change your oil every like 3,000 miles. It's totally worth $100. Just do it. Learned that so many times. But yeah, so focus on building up your metabolism. If you don't know how to do that, reach out for coaching, guys. That is exactly what we do. Look out for my course. This is exactly what it's going to be on, is how to restore your metabolism, how to get your digestive system back up and running, because it can. It totally can. If I have HA, can I do 3 workouts a week that are low impact, heart rate under weight 150? I've answered this pretty much already, guys, with the whole exercise thing, so you know my viewpoints on it. Why not take a break? And if you're like, eek, I don't want to take a break, then I'm like, yes, you need to take a break. Like, you are the person that needs to take a break then, if you are resistant to taking a break. Just saying, just saying. Okay. Anything else? That might be all that I really want to answer here, because I don't want this one to be, like, too long. Yeah, that's gonna be it. That's all I got for you today, guys. Please, again, like this video. Really, really, really helps out. I do this on my own free time, guys. And then also subscribe to the channel so you get notified when I come out with new videos. And go follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to be there every single day. All right, much love to you guys. I will talk to you later.